welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to talk all about potatoes, how to peel them, making mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. I'm sure I'll think of more, but it's a lot, so we're going to get started right away. I'm going to make a baked potato. Normally, I would just hold this under the faucet and scrub it with my vegetable brush. Just scrub it really good, but if you do not have a vegetable brush, I'm going to show you what you can do. Start by getting a bowl of water and just put your potato in there. This will just help all the dirt kind of loosen up on there. You can use a clean dishcloth or even just a paper towel. Just dip it in. This is a little rougher than a paper towel, and just gently scrub all the dirt off. And then just rinse it off under the faucet. Next, you want to look for any spots that need to be cut off. You can use a knife to cut anything. This one actually looks okay. It's a little dark right there. Otherwise, most peelers have this. Piece can actually, I see something there. This can actually take it out, poke it in, and just scoop it right out. I think it looks okay. Just gonna cut that piece off. And then I'm gonna poke it with a fork. Stab it really good. If you do not do this, it will explode. And you don't want that. You can brush some olive oil on top and then season it with salt before you bake it. After you've poked the holes in it, wrap it up in aluminum foil. And I'm just going to show you how I do that. Just fold up the sides, and then I just fold it down like this. Leave a little bit of room for air because there will be an air buildup inside for steam. And when you open it up, be very careful. It's going to be hot, of course. And just set this on the rack in your oven. You're going to bake it at 400 degrees for 1 hour, and then take it out with a pot holder and then gently squeeze it with the pot holder. If it is kind of soft, it's done. If it's still a little firm, leave it in for about 5 to 10 minutes. Start with 5 minutes, check it, see if it's soft. If it's soft, take it out. It's ready to eat. And then be very careful. Use pot holders and open it up, and the steam will come out. So be very, very careful. And just let it cool down a little bit before you eat it. I am going to cook mine in the microwave. You do not use foil in the microwave because that will start a fire. And this is about a medium-sized potato, I would say, about that big. Smaller potatoes are about this big, and then a large potato probably be just like a little bit bigger than that. For a medium-sized potato, one potato, if you're baking it, put it on a plate in the microwave, 5 to 6 minutes. Same thing like in the oven, squeeze it with a pot holder. And if it's soft, it's ready. If it's not, cook it again for another 2 to 3 minutes. You can bake it just like this. If you want to season it, you definitely can. You can put some melted butter on it or some oil, just kind of slather it on, sprinkle a little salt on it. If you are looking to cut back on some sodium, just bake it like this. I ended up cooking this for 11 minutes actually. I'm just gonna squeeze it, and it feels soft. So now I'm gonna cut it open carefully. It's gonna be hot. You can squeeze it if you want to open it up. Careful not to burn yourself. You can put whatever toppings you like in here. If you just want butter, salt, and pepper, that is just fine. It's good like that. I am going to do some sour cream, and then I'm going to sprinkle some pepper. And then I had some extra bacon, like half of a piece actually. And then I got some cheese and chives. This is just a quick, easy lunch or a dinner. If you wanted like a baked potato bar, set up different toppings. Even if you do taco meat, like all the toppings for a taco, put it on a baked potato. It's actually really, really good. Some people like broccoli or like a cheese sauce on their potatoes. You do you, whatever you like. Put on your baked potato. Barbecue pork would be good on there too. So just try what you like and have fun with it. That's my lunch today. I'm going to be making mashed potatoes. So first I'm just going to wash my potatoes. My Sam's Club potatoes. These are huge. Next, I'm going to peel the potatoes. I'm going to show you with a peeler. Press down, and I like to put my finger in the middle here. It just gives it more leverage, and then push and press down. Just slide it. When I say press down, I mean slide down the potato. And it's tricky, can be a little tricky at first, kind of slow going. It's okay, it'll get faster the more practice you get. Next, I'm going to show you how to peel a potato with a knife. Just hold your potato firmly, and I'm just going to use a utility knife. This is a paring knife, sorry. Grab your potato and just gently pull the knife toward you. Just go slow. If you go too fast, you might cut yourself. The trick is to get the peel and not too much of the potato. You don't want to waste it, which when you're first starting to peel, it's hard. Don't worry about it. I've rinsed off my potatoes, and now I'm going to chop them up. I'm going to use a chef's knife. If you do not know what knife is what, like what they're called, I will have a link below on my video on that, so that might help you out a little bit. All right, I'm just going to chop these up. I also have a video on chopping and dicing. I'm just putting them in a large saucepan I filled about halfway with cold water. You can cut them bigger than this, though they will cook faster if they're cut smaller. That's what I'm going for. But if you want to cut them a little bigger, you can definitely do that. One thing I'm going to do before I start boiling this, I don't think it's necessary, but it's just something that I was always taught to do. I don't know if it's supposed to make it less starchy, but you put a cover on it, leave it just a crack, and then dump the water out, and then just put fresh water in there. If you don't trust yourself with that and you're afraid the potatoes are going to go all over the sink, just put a colander in the sink and dump your potatoes out in there, and then you can rinse them off a little bit. Again, I don't know if that's necessary. You could probably skip that step, but I'm just going to because that's what my mom taught me. And get this water salted, and then turn the heat on high and bring it to a low boil. All right, this looks like it's coming up to a low boil. You can kind of see it there. Not the big rolling boil, but this is what you want. I'm going to turn the heat to medium. That will keep it from turning to a rolling boil, and we're just going to keep it at the low boil we'll start with 8 minutes. I know for the larger cut potatoes it takes about 15 minutes, but these are smaller, so we will start with 8 minutes. Cover it, simmer, and I'll be back. All right, it's been 8 minutes, and you want these to be fork tender, which means your fork will go right through it easily. Yep, it did. So these are done, and I'm just going to put a colander in the sink and then dump the potatoes in there just to drain them really good. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to mash these, and one way is with the masher like this. You just push it down and mash them up until it's creamy. Add some butter. I would start with like a tablespoon. That's probably enough for this little bit. You can season this. If you watched my video with the instant potatoes, you can do the same thing. Just add your chicken bouillon to your water when you're boiling it, and then you can add You can add some sour cream with your milk. You can salt and pepper. There's a little bit of salt in there already from seasoning the water. Add a little bit more, then add some pepper, and then some milk. You can warm your milk if you want to. I did. It just keeps your potatoes from turning cold. I mean, they're not going to get real cold, but mix them up so they're creamy. Sometimes these are a little lumpy still. That's not a bad thing, because some people don't like it like that. They're still pretty creamy. I do see a little lump in there, but that's okay. They're still good. The other way to make mashed potatoes is a little bit more work. This is a ricer for your potatoes, and this is the XOXO brand, and they have 3 different settings. I do my mashed potatoes, wrong way, on the smallest setting like that. You just scoop up your potatoes, put them in here, and then it'll just press, just squeeze this, and then you just keep continuing until you're done with potatoes. It is more work, it really is, but it's really good. I used to call these worms when I was a little kid because they look like little worms. I'm going to finish up this and then I'll show you what to do. All right, I got all the potatoes through the ricer. There's some butter. I did about half a tablespoon maybe. You can add salt and pepper if you like. And then some of the warmed up milk or cold milk. That's up to you. And then you just stir. All right, I'm going to show you the difference between the two. This one is just with the potato masher, and this one is with the ricer. It's a little bit different. You can tell this one's still a little chunky. They're still really good. And that's how you make mashed potatoes. I have a leftover baked potato that's been in the refrigerator for a day. I'm going to dice this up and then make fried potatoes with it. I'll put some oil in a large skillet and turn my heat on high. Let that get hot and then add your potatoes. I'm just going to stir these. I'm going to turn my heat down to medium. Continue cooking about 5 minutes. Stir occasionally. All right, it's been 5 minutes and I'm just looking to get these a little bit brown. They are already cooked, so just to crisp them up a little bit. And then I'm going to season them with a pinch of salt, maybe a couple pinches. We'll do 3 pinches. And some pepper. Whew. And it's getting really smoky, and I think I'm done. Just gonna get that in a serving bowl, and it's ready. And there's fried potatoes. Next, I'm going to make roasted potatoes. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees. I washed 2 large potatoes, and I'm going to leave the skin on, but you can peel them if you want to. I'm going to cut them in half, cut in half again, cut that into thin strips, and then chop them. You can cut these into larger pieces, but I'm short on time and want to get these done in about 50-ish minutes or so. I'm cutting them this size. I'm going to get both of these potatoes chopped and into a large mixing bowl. Drizzle 2 tablespoons of olive oil over the top. Season with half of a teaspoon of salt, half of a teaspoon of pepper, and half of a teaspoon of paprika. Stir to make sure that you get all of the pieces coated. I have a large baking sheet. If you have a silicone mat like this, you can use that to put your potatoes on. You do not have to grease it if you use that. If you do not have one, then you'll have to oil your pan pretty good. They will stick otherwise. I'm just going to use some canola oil and brush it on the pan. If you do not have a pastry brush, you can also use a paper towel to kind of wipe the oil around your pan. Dump your potatoes onto the pan and spread them out. I'm going to bake this for 20 minutes and then flip them. It's been 20 minutes and I'm just going to flip them. They're not really sticking to the pan, so that's good. I didn't show this part, but I tried a piece and they were almost done. They were starting to get a little bit soft. So I turned the oven off, but put the potatoes back in for another 20 minutes. All right, it's been a total of 40 minutes in the oven and these are perfect. They're even a little bit crispy. And there's oven roasted potatoes. Thanks for joining me today. What is your favorite type of potato? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's all free down below. Go check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.